Hello.
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 Hello. And welcome to Yarns from the South. That was a bit garbly, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that was really bad.
Yeah.
I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Sue. And welcome to our knitting, crafting, funny old podcast. Those of you who are a regular viewer, watcher, will notice something slightly different. Wonder what that is. And those that are new, welcome. Awesome that you've joined us today. Hi, we film this podcast from Invercargill in the South Island of New Zealand.
Yay. Yeah, and so those of you who are living in New Zealand will of course know that New Zealand is in a lockdown at the moment because of COVID-19, but those of you outside of New Zealand may not know. So we've been in a lockdown for 2 weeks.
2.5 weeks? Yeah.
15, 16 days, something, just over 2 weeks, yeah. So Sue and I are lucky enough to live all the way down here in the bottom of the South Island. So we are in level 3, but of course level Auckland is in level 4 of a lockdown. So yeah. So we thought we'd try our hand at this amazing technology thing. We would have come to you a bit sooner, like about, when did we try last?
Well, we tried last weekend. We were due to record one the weekend lockdown was announced, so we'd had quite a few things on, so we'd probably had a bit of a delay.
We were overdue anyway.
So we were already overdue, and then lockdown happened, and then I don't think it was even in our minds to even try and bother.
No.
And then last weekend, right, come on, we'll do this, and then couldn't get it to blooming work. Tried for 2 hours, and by that time, you wouldn't have got anything but swearing.
Yeah. So Sue had all the, she was the one who had to do all the technical stuff. I just sat here and listened to her swearing. And we just couldn't work out how to do it. But amazingly Sue did at the end. So that was really cool. And then, we've both been able to scratch out a time today to finally record this. So yay! Well done. Yeah. Hopefully. Shouldn't cross fingers and touch wood, but hopefully it actually works.
So because we haven't podcasted in so long, and we don't want to completely use up all of your time, we decided to change the format up a little bit and split up what we normally talk about over 2 podcasts. And Vanessa's got it written down exactly what we're doing, so I'll hand over to Vanessa because I've got a memory like a goldfish.
So for this episode, we're going to just talk mainly about our finished objects and our stash acquisitions, and then just a little bit of admin-y stuff at the end. And for the next podcast, we will talk about our whips and some chit chat, and there might be a little bit of a giveaway mentioned at the end of that one. So I guess we're going to film them both now, and then we'll release one into the wild, and then maybe a week later or so release the next one into the wild. Is that how you were thinking?
Not at all, but that sounds fine.
Oh, just to stretch it out a bit.
No, I knew they were going to do them apart, but I didn't know we were going to record them today, but that's fine.
Okay,
but we'll see how annoyed we are at the end of this.
Okay,
cool. Just like to say, I had to get Foxy out of the drawer. I had a different mug, and then Vanessa was like, I thought you'd have Foxy, and we have tea.
Give me Foxy.
Foxy. Right. And now my tea is too bloody hard.
Oh, bloody hell. Well, shall we crack into some finished objects then?
Yeah, let's. Okay. Shall I? How are we doing? Okay.
No, there you go. Where you go?
All right. So, I can't even remember what I've done, but I've got a few. It looks like and quite a few just small knits. I think I'd started the unicorn cowl, the jumper version, and I got all the way through the colour work, and then I went, I don't want to split for the sleeves, and decided to go into small knits. So I've no idea what order I've done this, because the time has just disappeared into the ether. Anyway, so here's a selection of things I've made. Cool. I think I made this. Hello.
Oh yes, that's right.
It's
cool.
It's really warm today. Well, it's not really warm, but
I
it's
know
warm.
it is warm.
Not really a day for a hat.
No, it's not. But
No.
that's a very cool hat. Well done.
This is where you're going to ask me, because people come on here to know what the patterns are and things. This is the idea, isn't it? Yeah. But this is a Tin Can Knits pattern, and antler. Antler or antstock?
Antler.
Yeah, antler. I think because it's got little antlers, I think.
Yeah.
And it was a free pattern, wasn't it? Well, not very much.
Yeah, no, I think it is.
Yeah, I think it's free. Yeah. I think Vanessa made a couple of these last year. And the yarn is from our old mate at Mrs. Mania Toto, Hannah. So who does not sponsor this podcast. However, we do use her yarn quite a lot. So it's lovely.
Do you know which one it was?
No.
Which? Okay, sorry.
I'm sorry if you're wanting that much detail from this podcast, jog on, because I'm not that kind of girl. Vanessa's better.
We're in lockdown, for Christ's sake.
Make Vanessa's knits if you want to know the details. Don't bother them. Just go, oh, they're nice, and then don't bother me. And the pom-pom, I'll show you, I'll talk about the pom-poms a bit later on. But yeah, so this was nice. So that's something.
And you've worn that quite a bit, haven't you? So
yeah.
You're enjoying that one.
Yeah, it's Aaron Waite. Yeah, so enjoyed. And I love a cable, and it was it was a different kind of cable. And also you taught me how to cable without a cable needle with this one.
That's right.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a game changer once you start doing that, eh?
Yeah, and because the most recent cable I've done, I just did it without the cable needle. So do recommend that, because it's and we might put a link on.
We'll try and find a wee tutorial on something and pop it on down below.
It's right good. So I do recommend that, cabling without cable needle. So cool. So that's something I've made. Good. What else have I made? I've made, all right, I'll show these off. Show these bad boys. This requires a demonstration. Are we ready? You're holding your breath. You're also going to ask what these are called. I didn't research this. Anyway, hello. Hello. She's wearing a glove and it's 18 degrees and she's wearing a glove. Hello.
That's awesome.
So these are Andrea Mari mittens. They have a and the yarn is Rainy Day yarn, and the colorway, look at me, the colorway was Octopus's Garden.
Woohoo! Well done.
You won't get that again. I just happen to know that. Because since we've seen you, or we haven't seen you, or we're not seeing you, are we, because we're on virtually, but we were at
talking about you guys, the audience.
You Woolfest. And I bought this from the lovely ladies at Rainy Day Yarns. So so I have two, because I have two hands.
Yay!
Yeah, so that was great. Yeah, and they were really quick. They were really quick to make. I think I did those in a fortnight.
Yeah, I do actually recall you like zipping through them. Yeah.
They've got detailing. They've got like a fake seam.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so they're nice. So if you looked up under, I know what the pattern's called. It's on my phone, but yeah. So they were good. I've worn them a wee bit. What else? I finished something off.
Awesome.
I finished some.
Woohoo! Very cool.
Now it's the first time I've done contrasting yarn in toes, heels, and cuffs.
Mhm.
I fucked that one up, but that's okay because then I got it right then. So yeah, I don't think.
How did you find the whole thing?
Yeah, good. The contrasting yarn you gave me, didn't you, from a mini skein, and that's from
Revive Designs.
Yeah.
And it was Rage. It was her Rage colorway. Although I don't think she's dyeing anymore. So
no, she's a shame. She's got lovely colours. And we think this is Countess Ablaze.
Yeah.
Yes. Which I bought in a buying spree last year. Yeah. So it was funny because we all the OGs who have been with us from the beginning of the podcast, we know who you are. Will know I'm anti-sock. I was very anti-sock. And however, now I'm such a sock convert. I'm such an oxymoron. I used to be like this with sewing. What's wrong with me? Anyway, so at least I admit I was wrong.
Well, it just shows how flexible you can be, and how adaptable you are. So
yeah,
it's great. Yeah,
it's great. So this is fun, but I think I fucked up sewing doing the toes because I got myself a wee hole, so I've had to darn a hole already, so I think,
it'll all be good in the end.
It's fine. I have worn them once, so that's good. And then
my gosh, so many things.
No, I know. This podcast is just about Sue. One last thing. This isn't mine. I did also make another hat. I might have to ask if I can
picture of it.
Yeah. So people I don't generally knit for other people anymore. Why?
Because they're all bastards.
Yeah, everyone's a bastard. And why would you? Yeah. And I was making another hat, because I love a hat, cable from some lovely yarn I got from Hannah, which was a one of a kind. I was finishing it off. I was knitting at work, finishing off. It happened to be someone at work's birthday, Caro, and she really loved the colour. And people kept going, "Oh, you should give it to her. You should give it to her." And Caro, I must have said this to it years ago. Sue doesn't give away her knit. Yeah, damn right, I don't give away my knits. And then I caved in and she got the bloody knit, but it did suit her though. And she will appreciate, and she is knit worthy, so hopefully she might give me permission and I can whip up a picture. Anyway, so basically this is the same pattern, very similar color, which I think Jim probably wanted, but I gave the hat away. But he requested an orange hat. Jim's my husband, by the way. And made him an orange hat. Yay!
That's great.
Yeah.
Such a cool cat.
Yeah, and this is also Hannah, Mrs. Maniatoto, and she's called it Jim's Orange. And I think it's a repeatable colourway.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. He's a lucky man, isn't he?
Isn't he?
Not only does he get his wife his wife makes him hats, but then he gets a colourway named after him.
He doesn't know how lucky he is. Yes, so he's not someone who wears a lot of knits. He generally just wears t-shirts because he gets too hot. So he's only worn it once, and I think he wore it for 5 minutes and he got too hot. And now it's spring. Anyway, but that's okay. So this pattern was Jason's cashmere, which is my go-to, and it's for an Aran weight knit. Yeah. Cute. So I think on Jason's and I think Jason's they do it like that, but I don't like them like that, so I don't bother. So yeah, that is me. I'll stop talking now.
Excellent, beautiful knits. Okay, so I have not been as prolific as you. I have made two pieces of socks. This one here, I think I was knitting on the last podcast, but I was searching for things to share, so I'm going to share it. So anyway, I finished these off. These are they're just a vanilla sock pattern that I sort of, my own little recipe. The yarn is from Janssen, and I bought these from a Wool on Wheels event down here in Invercargill that happened like a couple of years ago. But I really love it. I love them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so then my next socks that I've finished are this I love this color. This is from our wonderful friend Hannah from Maniatoto Wool, Maniatoto Yarn, and this is her sock base. So yeah, I think it's like an 80-20 wool to nylon ratio, and yeah, I just love it. Such a beautiful vibrant green. I think it's called Gecko.
Oh yeah, it's lovely. Yeah.
All right, so those are my two socks. And then, and I put this on especially just so I could go. But here is my finished Nordine jersey from Isabel Kramer. Nice. So I got this yarn. Just trying to find a tag. Yeah, like Sue mentioned earlier on, we went to the Wool Feast event in Christchurch. That was
I keep saying Wool Feast. I think it's just Wool Fest.
I can never remember.
I don't know.
We're not very committed, Nannies, are we? We will find out the correct name and pop it in. But it was held in Christchurch in June. June?
Oh goodness.
July? Yeah. No, I think it was June.
It's September. So we're rubbish.
I know. How did that happen? So a group of us, our little knitting squad went up to that event because Hannah was doing a stall, had a stall there. So we flew up and we hired a car, and the day before it happened, we went out to Wild Earth Yarns. Yeah. So I got, can you see that?
Look at that. Now. Yeah, you can now.
Yeah. So that's their new range.
Yeah.
The Somerset DK.
Oh, you said that slightly Somerset kind of way.
Somerset.
Somerset. I'm crap at Somerset. Probably insulting every Somerset person.
Sorry, all those from Somerset.
All of those. I'm sure there's loads watching this.
All of those people. And it's a Perendale Black Merino cross, and this one is called, dang it, Indigo. There we go. This color. So yeah, because I think it came out not long before we left, before we got up to Christchurch. So I'd been looking at it online, and I was like, I got to get me some. And yeah, as soon as I bought it, I think I cast on like the next day when we got home. And so yeah, so it's by Isabel Kramer. It's a super easy pattern. I don't think I did any changes to it, no modifications, and it's just a perfect throw on, totally snuggly and warm. Yeah, it's lovely. That's me. That's my finished objects.
They're quite big though. That's a whole jumper.
Yeah.
I've
been doing some other things, but yeah, that's
gotta wait for the next one. Probably,
just tune in for next time and you'll find out. Right. Can you see the time of how long we've been going?
No. No idea.
I hope we haven't been going too long and boring the people.
I've no idea what time we started.
So good. So now I've got stack acquisitions written down.
Oh yeah, I could actually tell by the time you messaged me. Shall I look?
It doesn't really. Not really.
You don't actually care.
No, I don't. I just thought you could go, we've been going 20 minutes, or whatever.
I can't, everybody. I can't. No.
Well, oh, good Lord.
Anyway, let's crash on. I'm
spiraling into nonsense now. Quick, come on, so we're gonna keep going.
Okay. Let's move it up a step. Okay, let's go acquisitions. So one of my acquisitions, obviously I knitted it up. Actually, quite a few of my acquisitions I've knitted up, but from
So that was
Woolworths,
that. Oh, and your hat. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But got a pin from from Woolfest, whatever we're calling it. And actually, while I was waiting for Vanessa to come be ready for this,
That's
I
fine.
was just transferring my pins onto my bag.
Oh,
Oh,
very cool. Wow.
pretty.
Very good. Yeah. Gosh, words gone.
Placement.
They look really nice.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So I bought you may have already guessed we're swearing friendly. If you really don't like the F word, just close your eyes. I've no idea if that's going to come back.
It looks fine to me, but I'm not sure what that's going to look like to everybody else. Yeah.
No, but it says I'm a fucking delight, which I just think hilarious. Yeah, so good times. So got that, and I used to have, when I was a kid, I used to collect pin badges. As a 20-year-old into my 20s, I had like a sash bag and I had loads of pins on. And yeah, so now this is going, so I've always had some kind of badge collection. So do love a pin, do love an amusing pin. What else did I buy? So bought some sweary labels from Kylie and the Machine. So Kylie and the Machine, she's on Instagram, Australian, and she makes awesome, really nice labels. So there's a nice label on one of my hats, that this hat that said "Me Made." I don't know if you can see that.
That's right. Oh.
But these ones are sweary, so I think they're more for sewing onto garments. But I think I put one on my gloves. It says cute AF. So you in the know will know what that means. But there's things like I didn't fuck it up.
I love that.
Which is quite me. Quality shit. And my favorite, which I did put on one of the hats, but then I felt guilty because I thought, oh, if I wore it at work, might not go down well. So I stopped. But hand fucking made. But yeah, awesome. She does lots of nice labels. She's actually doing a advent calendar.
Is she?
Yeah, quite tempted.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go and have a look.
Yeah, I don't think it's for sale yet, but yeah, she seems like a nice lady. Anyway, so got some of those. What else did I get? So I haven't got them all here, but we met one of our fans. Oh, might as well say fans. Oh, I've lost the other one. Oh god. Anyway, here's one. At the Woolfest, and so Miss Muffet's Knits, who makes some awesome kind of stitch markers, buttons,
right, yeah,
out of clay and fires them and things. So bought some stitch markers. I'm using some and I couldn't find them, and then I could only find two. Now I can only find one, so I'm kind of crap. I don't know if you can even see.
Oh
yeah, so it's a
cool.
Beautiful star. They're lovely. And they've also got the hook, so you could use it as a progress marker. That's her. That's her logo. So cool. Yeah. So Miss Muffet Knits. So yeah.
She was lovely.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. Hopefully you're watching. And it was really nice to meet someone who knew who we were. Yeah, so that's really cool. And then yeah, that's all things that I bought from Woolfest. And then since come back, I think I just wanted to buy something, so I bought some lovely yellow. Beautiful. Yeah, this is from Yarn Therapy, and it's Kindness MCN Cashmerino DK. So 80% superwash, superfine merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. So it's quite
That's
soft.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That's such your yellow. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah. So I don't know why I bought that. I just did. And then I just got some pom-poms because I wanted some pom-poms for my hats. So got some pom-poms from Nana Cindy. So I'm just going to give a shout out to Alana, our mate Alana. She was sorting out her house, and I can never say no to stuff. And she was like, "Do you want this hat?" I'm like, "Yeah." And so said yes.
She hadn't even worn it, had she? It was just in your knitting.
So. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
So stuck a pom pom on it, and I've worn this more than I've worn my own hat. I'm going to show you.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Kind of love it. Yeah.
So when friends say, "I'm sorting out my place, can you come and help me?" It pays to go and help, hey?
Yeah, totally.
Because you just never know what you might pick up.
Yeah, I got another hat from that helping afternoon. So and a big bag of fabric. So yes, so that's my things that I bought. I've bought something else, but only yesterday, but we'll show that another time. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, shall I crack into mine then?
Yeah.
So at the same place, at Wool Feast, I purchased this awesome little sock set.
I forgot about that.
Oh, I love it.
It's nice.
So this is it's an 80-20 merino nylon sock blend, and the colorway is navel gazing, which I think is really cool. And I just really love it. I've been looking at it online for a while, so when I saw them there, I jumped on it. I also purchased this amazing yummy fiber. This is from Fiber Artemis, and it's a silk Polworth blend. So she's probably my favorite fiber dyer here in New Zealand. She does amazing things. I also got some of those Swery labels, and I think some other labels too, but I forgot about those, and they're somewhere buried in my craft room over there somewhere. So I won't go and show them, but they're there somewhere. And then so that's what I got from. And of course I bought this at the same time. This yarn.
Oh, we bought earrings as well, didn't we?
What's that?
We bought earrings.
Yeah, that's right. We did.
Yeah.
We bought. We'll have to link to her down below. There was this amazing creator there who had these crocheted like mini shapes and things. They were really, really little, and she puts a solution on them and makes them hard. So put them into earrings and things. That was so cool. I'd forgotten about those. But definitely go check her out because she was amazing. And so that's what I acquired from Wool Feast. And then just not long ago, like about a few days before we went into lockdown, it was a Friday, and we were all the Knitty crew were together, and I stupidly had 2 coffees in one morning.
Oh yes, I remember.
And I was through the roof. I was like not
really
together.
Was.
And of course we were run at Hannah's, and so Hannah, our lovely friend who owns Mani Toto Wool, she has so much yarn everywhere. She's like our dealer, who doesn't sponsor us, but she's our dealer. And so you're there, and I was high on coffee, and there was yarn all around, and so I was like, I must buy all the things. So I went and bought a sweater lot of this amazing yarn. I think I've got 3 of each. Yeah. So this is her Rough Ridge DK. So this is 80% merino cross and 20% Polworth. and it's got that really cool fleck of the coloured fibre in there. So yeah, I've got plans for this bad boy, but it's very yummy.
What are you going to make?
So that's, that I'm going to make, I should have written it down, but I forgot. And it's a Andrea Mowry sweater pattern, and I think it's called, and I can't say the name.
Oh yes, I remember.
Orcam. How do you say that?
Orca. Was it ochre? No, ochre.
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 Ochre moss. Or moss ochre.
I
think ochre moss. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the plan. You know, we'll see whether that actually happens. But it's bringing me joy when I see it up in my shelf. So yay.
Oh.
I think it's all my acquisitions. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to shout out to your craft room there, old Vanessa?
My craft room. So well, here it is. I don't want to show you around because even though it's tidy to me, it's still still quite compact and cozy, let's say. But
you're in it.
I'm in it. And I can move. Yeah, I mean, it's like 100% tidier than what it was.
Yeah.
Pre-lockdown, it had just been the dump room, really, with the idea that it would be my craft room. So before last year, there's always been an occupant in it. But my lovely little sister has now flown the coop and left home, and so we had the spare room, and rather than actually have a spare room where people could visit, who wants that, I decided I would claim it as mine for my craft room, because man, like when you're multi-craft, Jill, there's a lot of stuff that goes along with it. So yeah, and so but it just became the dump room, and it was ridiculous, and you couldn't really walk in it. And then I think Alana sparked it off. She was doing a sort out of her place. So when we got home from that, I thought, right, I'm going to start sorting out my room. But then I got halfway and, got sidetracked. And then lockdown happened and I thought there's no excuses now. So I got in there and I sorted it all out and put things in places. And it's just, oh my goodness, man, that sparks joy when you can actually see your stuff there and you can easily access it. And I've got this lovely table that's all clear, usually all clear, with my sewing machine set up, so I can just get on and go and not have to battle and pull it out and all that kind of thing. So yay, shout out to my
awesome. Yeah, awesome.
Actually, that leads on really well to one of the things that we wanted to talk about, which was like well-being things, like during lockdown. Was that what we
yeah, it is.
Maybe before we do that, we should talk about the fact that our giveaway from, was it our last the last time we recorded, it was to draw the winner of that giveaway, but we still haven't heard from the giveaway winner.
No.
So that was Corey H, or Corey H, as Sue would say.
Corey H.
Yeah. So please, Corey, if you're watching, get a hold of us, either by commenting maybe, and or emailing us, and we'll put a link to the email in the description box. But yeah, we would love to send you your present. So please.
They're sat in my craft room waiting to be sent out to you. So yeah, please get in touch.
Cool.
Awesome.
So going back to the whole wellness thing, what kinds of things have you been doing, Sue, to keep your well-being intact during this time?
Well, I think I found this this lockdown a bit harder. But I'm now 2.5 weeks in, I'm feeling probably a bit better about it. But initially, I think I found it a bit harder. I think for me, I've really enjoyed when we've caught up as a group, when we've had chats. I think just that connection is, I think, more important than I realise. And we just sit and casually knit, and it's not having to be. I think last lockdown it felt a bit a bit pushed or a bit laboured, whereas this time maybe as a group we're a bit closer, and we're just I don't think we actually did it much as a group last time, but as but anyway,
or Zoom chats and things, but I think there was quite a few more people too.
Yeah,
and I think there's too many people on Zoom or whatever platform you're using, but yeah.
So I think that's been good. What else are we doing? Oh, I don't know if you can hit those Tui's outside. I've got the kitchen door open. What else has been helping? Creating. So I've been doing some sewing. I've been making masks. Actually, I brought one of my masks to show.
Oh, cool.
Because I didn't know if we're showing, but made some more masks. So this is
so cool.
I'll blind myself. They do tend to creep into my eyes, but a bit of a Harry Potter.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I've made some masks for people at work, and some friends up in Auckland. So and this pattern is the Sew Over It pattern. It's a paid one. I know there's lots of free ones, but it was only £2 English, and they were donating the money to the Mental Health Mind charity. So I felt that was a worthy cause. So doing some creating, and just like this week has been so much better because it's been sunny.
Yes.
And it's really made a difference. So I've just been, I'm not brilliant at going out for walks when I know I probably should do. I'm just not. My husband Jim will go out for he'll goes out for 10k walks, but I don't. But just sitting out in the sun's really helpful for me, and just getting some vitamin D. So I've been having my lunch outside.
Nice.
So so
because of course you're working from home most days, aren't you?
I'm working from home. Jim's now gone back to work, but I'm working from home. So I've tried to have lunch outside, and when I can, or had a door open, or get some fresh air and things like that. So
cool.
So mixture of things really, but I think also being kind, being trying to be kind myself. It's been a message of me saying a lot this week, so to others. So what about you? You've seemed to have really thrived this lockdown.
I have really enjoyed. I mean, I don't enjoy the fact that the whole country has to stop because of such a huge thing, but so on that level I think it's really sad and all the rest, but on the other level, like me having to be at home, I really don't mind that at all. And this time we've got a lot less people in the house, and so there's a lot more space. I've changed jobs since the last time, since the first lockdown that we had here in New Zealand last year. So I'm still working. I still have to work, but it's I have to go to my place of work, so I don't have to try and battle or juggle the kids and the work load. And so when I'm at work, I can just sink into work and do that, and then come home and sink into the kids, which I think that's the biggest part, is just being able to chill out and hang with them and do what they need to do. I also put my foot down right at the start and messaged their teachers to say, look, we're not going to go overboard this time. We're just going to do bare basics. Our computer completely crapped itself, and we don't have a tablet that's able to do really anything useful. So no devices that can do anything useful. So we couldn't really do much of the online learning. And I guess I'm lucky enough that the boys are still young enough that it doesn't really matter. I mean, doing reading and writing a wee journal every day is really enough to keep them ticking over. And we're so lucky here in New Zealand that we kind of knew from the start. I guess our lockdown last time was so short compared to the rest of the world. And knowing that we'd jumped on board with just one case that was found in New Zealand, we suddenly went into lockdown. So knowing that we were going to catch it pretty early and hopefully not have to be in lockdown too long, so I was quite happy for the boys to to do just a lot of life learning rather than school learning, because that really stressed me out a lot last time as well, juggling all of that. So yeah, and yeah, like you said, that having sunshine is just such an amazing, like such an important well-being thing. So I've made sure that we have gotten out into it as much as we could, and just gone for walks and bike rides. Yeah, that, and I didn't do that enough last time either, I don't think. So I think that has really helped me. But also having the space to then come into and just craft, or just even sit. Behind you is my window, and that looks out onto bush, so I can, like, that's such a beautiful thing. And yeah, I have the window open and can hear the birds and get the fresh air, and then just sit with my craft stuff and think about what I'm going to do with it, you know, like, and just that whole process of creating, like from that start, like, what am I going to use, what will I do, that, you know, what kind of pattern will I use that for, or whatever. Like, all of that process is so healing, and so not like, it's such a good place to be, it's such a positive place to be. Yeah, I've really, really enjoyed that.
Awesome. Yeah.
Well, we wanted to know what you viewers out there in viewerland, what your tips and tricks for well-being have been. I guess I'm guessing that most people who are viewing this will have been in a country that's been in some sort of lockdown for a period of time. So yeah, what kinds of things, please do let us know in the comment box down below. What kinds of things have helped you, and what, just to get through it.
Or that if you're currently in a lockdown like us, like in New Zealand and different parts of Australia and what have you, what are you doing to get through? It's a strange old time. Yeah,
it's a strange time.
Hi.
Wow, that feels like it must be quite a long,
it does,
quite a good amount.
Yeah, I think it probably is. So we will not bore you anymore.
Shall we wrap it up?
Yeah, we'll wrap this up.
Oh, just a quick mention that the next time, or like when this episode 2, we're going to mention a giveaway. We'll talk about a giveaway. So do tune in next time. Something like that. The kids
not professionals, have you noticed? We're not
very professional at all. The kids in market just went for a walk, and I can hear them just come in and are like a troop of bloody elephants out there. So totally mind distracted now. So yes, we shall sign off then, and see everybody next time. Thanks for coming, and thanks for sticking around for this length, if you have.
I haven't actually done the old please like the episode and please subscribe if you haven't already. I generally harp on about this, but it really helps spread the word. We're getting a lot more subscribers, which is awesome. Sorry there's been such a long break, but we haven't given up, and we're still doing this. It's just been life and lockdowns and stuff, but we're back.
Yay! Woohoo!
Yeah. All right, better go for us start singing. You don't want that.
Okay.
All right, thanks everybody. Bye.